right. I think we are live. Hi, everybody.
Hi, y'all.
Look who I got with me. It's
Scott
Sherry.
finally drugged me back over.
Yeah, I finally got her out of the swamp and into the mountains where she's safe.
Yeah.
So,
I'm cool in the mountains as long as I don't have to drive up and down. I can't do that. I get I get
yeah,
vertigo really bad. It's like I can't.
yeah. If you
Um,
would need to go anywhere around here, you have to go up and down a mountain. If you
yeah.
need to
See, I
go
would never
anywhere
leave
to a
my
major
house.
city.
I would never leave my house at that point because I couldn't do it.
Yeah. Well, it's a pleasure to have you. And
Well, it's great
we,
to be on again. It's been a while.
yeah, we
I
see
mean, you've
each
been on the
other a
slumber
lot.
party a couple of times in the last month, but
Yeah.
it's been a while since I've been over on your channel. So, hi, Jackie. I
I
see
love the
Jackie's
slumber
here.
party. So thank you
Yeah.
for having me on that as much as you have. And that's a blast if you guys have not done the slumber party. It's Saturday nights at
10 o'clock,
10 o'clock
10 Central.
Central, 11 Eastern.
Yep.
So yeah, make sure you check that out. And Sherry's information is down below underneath me. So if you guys are do not know Sherry, if you're under a rock or something, um, just make sure that you please give her a subscribe. And hopefully we have
Please,
some of
please.
her people over from her channel, I hope as well. So welcome if you're first time here. But
Well, I know
yeah,
you had just done your 5,000. You made 5,000, and then wasn't even a week went by, and somebody said, "Yeah, he hit 10,000." I'm like, "Wait, no, he just hit 5,000." I went and looked. I was like, "Damn, how would he do that?"
promoting, and
Yeah.
I can show you how to do that too if you need help
Awesome. Yeah, we'll have to get together with him.
afterwards. Yeah,
Um,
I hit 15 today, so yeah,
yay, that's
I can't
fantastic.
believe it because I was stuck at 3,000 for like 3 years.
Forever and a day.
Like literally for 3 years, stuck in the 3,000s. So I thought that's just where I was going to stay. And then Kelly, Cali Healer showed me how to make shorts out of the videos and then promote them. And that made all the difference.
Yeah, and
That was it.
I know for a while there you could do shorts. StreamYard would make shorts for you, and so I was always after I'd do a
Hmm.
show, I would, generate the clips and then post them, and I was going along pretty good, and then suddenly StreamYard up and changed it. Well, you only get only so many clips a month, and then they cut you off unless you upgrade. And it's like I'm not paying more money for that right now.
Oh, I'm able to do it, but maybe I have a higher
Maybe
grader.
you might
I
be a
don't know
higher
why.
level than me. I'm at the bottom of the tier, so the one
Oh,
step up
okay.
from free, and
Oh, okay.
I'm
I'm
hoping
not
to
sure which
maybe
one I am.
upgrade from there maybe this coming year. So that's my goal is to be able to upgrade a little bit. I know I had just upgraded Zoom. I had Zoom forever and a day, but it was the free version. And so you're
Right.
limited on what you could do and how long you could be on. And then I got an email from Zoom a few months back, excuse me, and they were like, "Oh, it's like your fifth anniversary or whatever it was." And but you still haven't upgraded. Would you like to upgrade to our next level up and we'll knock 150 off? And I'm like, yeah, for that I will.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll jump right on that baby.
Yeah, I
So I do
just
all my
canceled
member
my
stuff
Zoom
on
because it
Zoom.
was just too much extra.
Yeah, I
So
do
something had to go.
my members meetings on Zoom,
Hmm.
and I do my personal readings on Zoom. And other than that, that's all I use it for. So I figure it's worth a little bit of extra that I paid for it. It kind of works its way out, and and then the
Yeah.
rest of it has just been slogging right along. Do what you can while you can. And I do several regular shows weekly, There's
Yes.
Sisters of the Mystical Tarot, which we rotate out who host. There's Golden
Mhm.
Girls. We do that twice a month, and we rotate out who host. And then I do twice a month. I do a show called Draining the Swamp with Meldor and Arthur from Ease Your Mind. We do that one twice a month, and that's strictly a political only show. And and then just the slumber party. That's the only other major thing that I do every week. You're just about on a regular basis, and that's just everybody be silly and have fun. That's naughty
Oh,
cards, nice cards.
that's a blast. Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
it's it's
that's
a lot of fun.
blast.
Everybody seems to enjoy it. So
Yeah.
um,
Well, let's say hello to a couple of people.
yeah,
Let's see who's here. We got
Jackie's here.
Jackie.
Yay!
Mona Lee is here.
I'm Mona Lee.
Mirror Dragon.
Here, that's a new name for me. I don't think I've seen that name
They're
before.
new to. They've been here for about a week on in my chat. So
Oh,
welcome back.
okay, cool.
Yeah. And Mirror Dragon, if you don't know Sherry, please go and give her a subscribe.
Oh, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, Jamie's Cowboys is here. And let's see. Tapioca Thievery. There's Karen.
There's Karen. Hey there. She'll be on with me tomorrow night too.
Oh, good. Good. And
So,
Justin Kessinger.
hi, Justin. That's my nephew's name is Justin. And
And I'm still scrolling to see who else is here.
Mary Hernandez is here. Mary Hernandez.
Hey, Mary. And Lisa, Purple Lisa, we call her, is here.
Right, Lisa.
And Mary. And yeah, so thank you, everybody, for joining us. So please put your questions in caps and emojis. The banner is down there for you. If you have never been on my channel, you could look and see what you need to do, and it's easy. Just put your questions in caps and emojis and follow the banner. You'll be fine.
And so our old blind eyes can see what your question is.
Yes, that's exactly what it's for. So I will miss you if you put it in lowercase, possibly. So yeah, go ahead and get your questions in, guys. We're here for you, and
absolutely.
Yeah, I want to do some things here for everybody. So we're waiting on you guys. So we've got two so far.
Like Lisa's got a question up there.
I've got Lisa.
Okay.
And I've got Jamie.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a start.
Well, let's start.
All righty.
All right.
So, who's up? Jamie.
Jamie, she wants a general, and then she's saying, what is a past life?
Okay. I can try to pull a past life. Sometimes I work, sometimes I don't. It just kind of depends.
Are you asking like what is your past life, one of your past lives, Jamie, or are you asking what is a past life in general?
Yeah, there you go. That's two totally different questions.
Yeah. Hey, Michaela, I got your question.
Hi, Michaela.
Yes, mine, please. Okay.
Okay.
I am not great at past lives. I've not had any training or classes or anything like that on a past life, Jamie. But I can pull cards, like Sherry said, and see what comes out.
Sometimes something will start coming through. Sometimes no. I'm not trained on that aspect either. I'm not trained on Akashic records or anything. I'm hoping maybe this year I can take a couple of classes on it to get better at it, because when it works, it's really cool. But
yeah,
I can't control it. It's like the mediumship. When it works, it's really great. But other than that, it's just kind of have to wait and see what happens. Let's see.
Yeah.
So
All right,
general.
Justin, I got you, and Karen, I've got you. Thank you for your questions, guys. My friend says she's so special. I was told past life, but I was just curious. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Well, let
All
me
right.
make myself bigger so you can see the cards. The first card I got is the Seven of Swords, or voices in this deck. This is deceit, basically. So I'm thinking the one that I'm picking up on, the past life, and I don't know what time frame it is or anything yet. And I don't know if I will, but I'm picking up on deceit, and that you were, betrayed by someone or something is the first thing I'm getting. You were a traveler, perhaps, with the Two of Wands. So I think you got around, and you were a traveler. You were important. Um, you got the Page of Emotions. So this is the Page of Cups. So you were, I believe you were a traveler on the sea because the emotions are cups. Cups are water. Water is the sea. I'm thinking that you were a pirate on a ship, is what I'm getting.
Oh, now that would have been a fun job.
Yeah, yeah. You were a pirate, is what I'm getting. But you had people close to you that were deceiving you. And that makes sense with the pirate kind of
I was
lifestyle.
going to say that would really mesh up well with being deceived, being a pirate. Yeah, they
Yeah.
didn't live the most stellar of lives.
Yeah, and you got the root girl, the disowned self. So I'm thinking that
Okay.
you may have been disowned by your family, and that's why you chose your own family to go into being a pirate. And so I'm thinking that this is your family that disowned you. So you were disowned by your family, not the people around you on the pirate ship, as much as you were when you were small, and then you decided to be a pirate. Um,
Oh,
that's
I
just
see.
what's the craziness I'm getting. And then I got, look at this. This is a Metatron card, but you got a Native American come through here. So you could have possibly been a Native American in a past life as well. And it says safety, strength, and power. You were a great leader. Okay, so that's all I'm getting with the cards. That's as much information as I have. You may want to get a past life reading from someone. There's tons of people in the community that,
Yeah,
that
it's
do that.
Diane G, Linda De Gonzalez,
Yeah, Viviani.
Val, Viviani. There's quite a few in the community that do Akashic readings and past life readings that are really phenomenal. I know Diane G will be on with me, and I don't remember when is it, on the 13th. She'll be on with me on a Friday afternoon. So and we do Akashic readings then. Well, she does the Akashic readings. I do the other readings. So
Look
um
here, Sherry. She says I am Cherokee.
me too. I'm part Cherokee. So
Oh,
yeah,
awesome.
awesome, awesome. Yeah, when my guides first made themselves known to me, they were Native American. And when I was like, well, what do I call you? What are your names? And they would just laughed and said, you can't pronounce it. Don't worry about it. And so they're Tom, Dick, and Harry. That's their names. I'm like, okay, well, then you get to be Tom, Dick, and Harry. And they're like, okay, we're cool with that. So, you know, but yeah, I have other guides that aren't Native American, some that are more like on the Celt side, the Scottish, Irish, French side of my lineage. But the first ones that made themselves known to me were Native American, and which was really cool. Um, So, okay, so let's quit yakking here and get to Jamie's reading. First, I did just like a couple of cards, just a general kind of what's happening right now kind of thing that I picked up on. And the first thing I got was be open to receive. So you have to kind of open yourself up to what's coming in to you so that you can receive whatever it is, whether if it's a message or a blessing or a warning. You'll feel kind of the difference of what it is you get as to what it is your guides are trying to tell you. Um, and then I get reward for effort. So as you put effort into things you're currently working on, there will be a reward to it. There will be you won't just be spinning your wheels and wondering, well, what good is this? And then for the past life, um the first thing, and I don't know if this is like an immediate like past life within the past year or two, or if it's going back further. But the first thing I got was work connection, and work injury. So whether if it's currently in your life right now that you're dealing with a work injury that happened in the past, or if it's something from another past life that you had to deal with a work injury that could have really kind of uh, okay, what they're saying is with your work injury, it was something that kind of held you back. You weren't able to progress and do what you wanted to do with your life at that time because you were dealing with an injury. It's not like today where most of us get an injury, we can go get surgery and we can do kind of manage. I fell off a semi. Okay, there you go. And then the other card I got was you were also a protector in a past life. Um, you were someone who watched over those who were important to you. You kind of took care of them. You were kind of like the caretaker of the family, or the protector of the family, which could have been not just in this life but in a past life, which could attest for the injury as well. You still am. Wow. Okay, cool. So yeah, I love this deck. This deck is really good. Um,
I'm gonna have to find out what that is, Sherry.
this is the Connections by Trish James. She does the predictions deck, and I've now got like three, four, five. So I got like five or six decks of hers. They're a little on the
Oh, well.
expensive side. I have to
Oh,
save
okay.
up for them before I get one, but
Etsy.
they're so worth it. Um,
Is she Etsy or I can't
no,
remember.
she does her own cards. She makes them. You
That's
buy
right.
them
She has
directly
her
from her.
own
Yeah,
website.
she's in Australia, so and she doesn't
Gotcha.
shipping and everything is all included in her cost. So people look at it and think, oh my God, that's kind of expensive for a deck of cards. But when you take into shipping from Australia, tariffs that we've slapped on Australia, she's kind of absorbed a lot of those costs when she does
Hmm.
her own cards and has them done up. She's got some beautiful cards that she's made. Really, really, really outstanding. Um,
Cool. I've heard of her. I think I've been on her website once, but yeah. I want to say hello to Nancy. There's a crone in the house here.
oh, hey, Nancy.
And thank you, Sherry, for the reading for Jamie.
You're welcome.
And next up, we have Purple Lisa. And personally, Purple Lisa wants to know what's coming for me in love. Purple Lisa, are you still here?
I got to get a love deck. That's the only thing I don't have.
You don't have a love deck? I have
I don't
I
have
have
any
a
kind of
couple.
decks that like are geared towards love or romance. Um, I need to start looking for some.
So, Lisa, are you single now? I know you were just in a relationship, but I think she's single now. Just let me know. Single now. Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Hmm. All right. So, Lisa, I pulled your tarot cards, and I still have some love cards that I can pull for you. Um, I got the Emperor, and this is telling me you are now in charge of your life, and it's up to you to do some self care and self love now and get your life organized the way that you want so that someone great can come in. But it's all about self care and self love for me with this Emperor card. You are in control, you are the leader, you're the one who gets to make the decisions now, and you're in charge of your own happiness. So you also got the Ten of Cups, which is a happiness card. So I think that you will have happy friends, happy family. It's going to be better now for you, I really think, than being in the kind of abusive relationship that it was. I don't know if it was physically abusive, but I know it was emotionally. So this way, you're going to find something else that's better. But before this, before that can happen, there's something that you need to let go of. And you know what I'm thinking? You probably know what this is already. I think this is your ex. You need to let go completely of that relationship, learn from it, and learn what you want in someone and what you don't want. So now you probably know better than anybody, or, you know, anyone, who's been through the same as you have, who this is. So I think it's your ex, but that's just me. That's what I'm getting.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay.
Let's pull a love card for you or two. Um, okay, so the love card I've got says that somebody's in it for the money. That there's a union, or it could be a union of convenience, superficial love. I'm thinking more superficial. So I don't know if this is your past relationship or if this is someone coming in, but just be careful and base everything off of a friendship before you let things go into a relationship, because you might have somebody who is a little bit deceitful, who is coming in. And then the final love card I got for you is parties. So it's time for you to have some good fun. As long as it doesn't hurt you or anybody else or put yourself in danger, you've got this, and you've got good times ahead. And just focus on you. All
And
right.
with a pair of shoes like that, if somebody tries to give you a hard time, you can use it to whack them with.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, look at
You
those
can do
things.
some damage with a pair of shoes like that.
You could, yes. All right. So that's what I've got. And here is Sherry.
All right. Well, the the first thing I got was the Eight of Cups, and so you're looking at again kind of that kind of things happening in the past leading you a feeling that decisions needed to be made in order to go forward with yourself. Um, and I know a lot of people get different meanings with this. It's probably not technically what the card actually means, but just out of what I'm getting off of it intuitively, some of the cups are knocked over and spilled and whatnot, and while the person is looking off into the distance, so it feels like things were kind of on the rough side a little bit, kind of on a rocky side, I guess, with your relationship. And it was time to just, okay, it's time to turn around and just head out for the sunset. And then I got the Hanging Man, which is that can be kind of a dual sided card. Everything from telling you to kind of hold up and wait things out before you make a decision to taking it to an extreme, and don't wait too long because you don't want to stagnate. And so this card can kind of be both in the same or an either or, just depending. A lot of times you're feeling that things are not quite right and maybe it's time to move on, but you want to hang on to what you got, and so you may wait too long, um, which could make for a bad decision. Sometimes it's good to kind of wait and see because it might work out. Um, Obviously, from what you were saying, it was time for you to move on. So now it's a matter of opening up to see what's coming towards you, but don't put yourself in such a stagnant position that you're not willing to step out when the opportunity arises. And then I got an anxiety card. So with all of this, and this can bring on anxiety because then you start feeling like, well, will I ever meet anybody again? Will anybody ever want to be with me again? I've been single for 23, 24 years now since my husband died. And I have people all the time that don't get it why I'm not remarried. I'm like, I have no desire to get remarried. I'm perfectly happy where I'm at. But there was a time when I wasn't, and I had to work through that for myself to know where I was comfortable in moving forward in relationships. And now it's like I like to just hang out with friends and stuff. And if somebody comes up, hey, great, fantastic. I'm not gonna push them out the door, but I'm also not out there looking for anybody either. And then I also got forgiveness, which is forgiving past grievances. So depending on what surrounded the breakup that you just went through, could say a lot about what you need to forgive within yourself to move forward, because it can be really, really easy to take on all the blame to yourself. When it's a two-person, it takes two people to tango there, and one person can do all the work. So you not only have to forgive whatever the other person may have done, but you got to forgive what you did and look at that honestly so that you can recognize that pattern so that as you move forward, you're not sabotaging yourself. And then the last card I got was Oracle of the Fairies, and it was the Lost and Found Fairy, and that just seemed to really fit. Um, it says, what was once lost is about to be found. Sometimes the Lost and Found Fairy can help us find things we never even realized were lost. So I took this to mean that as that your current relationship, as that came apart and you went your separate ways, there may be things that you need to look into yourself to see, you know, was it something that I lost that I didn't even realize? And that created problems within the relationship? Or was there something I was looking for that just wasn't there? And therefore that relationship wasn't working. So it was time to move on. So either way, it feels, with everything I pulled, it feels like taking it's time to take an honest assessment on a personal level of where you were in that relationship and as you came out of that relationship, so that you can make whatever adjustments you feel are correct for yourself to move forward into a new relationship so that you know what you're looking for. And that's what I got. So a lot of self work, a lot of shadow work maybe coming in with that. So sometimes that's the hardest part, is doing shadow work. Because then you can really dig into yourself to figure out why something happened. Um, but that's what I got for you. So,
All right. Thank you, Purple Lisa, for your question, and wishing you the best, sending you lots of light and love.
absolutely.
And next up is Michaela.
Okay, for the week ahead.
And Jackie, thank you for putting Sherry's channel in there.
Oh, thank you, Jackie.
Oh, and Jonathan and Michelle from
I
Astrological
saw that
Tarot
they
are
were there.
here.
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome. Michaela's here. Okay.
Hey, yeah, I get to play 52 card pickups.
And that tarot deck that you have, I think it's the Golden Reverie that you have there, the Chiro
The
Marchetti. That,
Gilded Tarot Royale. That's
yeah,
the
that's right. That is the tarot that I learned how to read tarot from.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was my baby. It was my
That
second
was a
deck.
little bit of a later deck that I got, but I love the artwork on it. It's
I do
very
too. It made me fall in love with tarot. So
yeah. I'm very much into. Uh, Eventually, I'm gonna get my space here opened up so I have room to actually shuffle cards.
sounds like my space too. It's crowded. All right. So Michaela, a reading for the week ahead. I've got the King of Wands for you. And the King of Wands is in charge. It's a parental figure, a lot like the Emperor, organized, in control, and steady. So just you can take on those characteristics, and life will be easier for you. That's what the court cards are for, is so that you can take on the characteristics of them. It doesn't matter if the king was male or female, but I think that tarot is genderless. So this could very well be you. You could be the king of your own life. So you got that, and then you got the hanged man, or again, it could be the hanged woman. But this is just saying that um, you need to look at things through a different perspective. So um, maybe it's your first chance to be a leader and you haven't been a leader before, or you just haven't had the opportunity, or maybe you have been a leader and you just need to do things a little bit differently this time. So this is a pause, a break, and then seeing what you need to do differently. Right? And then you got another court card. You got the Queen of Cups, and
Wow.
this queen is empathetic. She has a lot of empathy. She also has butterfly wings in this deck, which is transformation and change. So look for something new that's going to be happening for you and coming in. And yeah, I think you've got a lot of good things coming in for you. Your Metatron deck says letting go, time for release. Right. So there's something that you need to let go of. And this could be, found out while you are meditating, while you are pausing and doing your break here, something to let go. So I don't know what it is. It could be a person, it could be a place, thing, something spiritual. But I'll tell you what it is. It's your first gut instinct. That's what it usually is. So trust in your gut.
Absolutely.
And then the last one I got for you is community. So make sure you're sticking it out with us, and make sure that you have your community around you at home if you have that option. Like I'm in such a remote area, and I imagine Sherry is too, that we don't, you know, at least I don't have, spiritual communities around me. So, I mean, this is my community, is the you guys. And like people like Sherry, who are the collaborators, who are my friends. So you can find your community in different ways, but find your community and grow with them, because that will help you, grow and just learn through your lessons and know that you're not alone. All right. So that's what I got for you. I hope that resonates. Here you go,
Excellent
Sherry.
cards. I like that. Um, well, one of the first ones I got was in a personal predictions. It says, stay the same, status quo. So, in some respects, going into the week ahead, things are going to kind of stay the same, going to kind of stay status quo. But at the same time, it's also time for that introspection. You're feeling alone, but you're not alone. Like Scott was talking about, that community, whether if it's immediate family, whether if it's friends, whether if it's online. It's important to have those relationships so that when you have those down times, there's somebody you can reach out to, that you can, go vent or cry on their shoulder or whatever you may need in the moment. Um, is Even though I live in an area that's really rich with a lot of the woo woo, so to speak, there's so many different varieties of it that it can be kind of hard to have that cohesive community. And so when I first started doing this and everything, it was all online. So my community is all people online, people like Scott, people
Mhm.
like Michelle and Jonathan, Jackie, other people that I read with or have gotten to know, that, that I'm good friends with, that I know that if something is really bad, I can pick up the phone and call them or shoot off an email, and they're going to be there to kind of talk me down off the ledge, so to speak, or be there to celebrate with me if it's something happy news. So it's important to recognize those types of communities around you, and to take active steps in keeping those communities solid, so that they're there to lift you up when you need it, or just to be there for you to blow off steam with. Um, we also got the Eight of Cups came up again, which is knowing when it's time to move on. So there may have been some things happening in the past that now you're starting to feel like, maybe it's time that I move on. Somebody new, a new job, move to a new location, or just moving on in the aspects of where you're feeling for yourself personally. And then the other card I got was the Five of Swords. And so this is kind of like winning a battle, having a victory, but it comes at a great cost. Um, Maybe an injury, or maybe losing somebody within that community of friendship that you have. Sometimes things happen and you have to just turn loose of someone and say, okay, they're not there, they're no longer there for my most benevolent outcome. I need to just let them move on, and then let me move on and go from there. um, Sometimes it can be the reverse of that, that you have to battle to keep that relationship strong in the same respect. So sometimes it's letting it go, sometimes it's fighting to hang on to it. It just kind of depends. And from everything that I'm looking at with the other cards, it feels more like this is saying, it's this is a battle for you to hang on to what's important, to hang on to the people around you that's important. Um, and that's what I'm picking up off of this. So I hope that resonates with you.
All right.
That's what I'm gonna go refill real quick. Get me some
Oh,
coffee.
sure. Yeah. All right. So thank you, Michaela. Appreciate that. And I want to say hello to Polly. I've got your question. And to Cat Lady. Hi, how are you? And next up will be Justin. I'm going to give Sherry a chance to get back here. Shivali, I got you. Welcome. Justin, if you'll let me know you're here.
Financial. Okay, let's see what we get.
I'm still waiting to see if he's here.
Okay. Oh, Justin.
Sure, Cat Lady, I got you. Justin is here. All right, awesome.
All right.
All right, Justin. Interesting. I've got one major and two pentacles. Pentacles are money and financial and physical, outside of the body. The first card, the major card I got for you is the Sun. So I think this is joy. Well, it is joy, vitality, success, and good news coming to you. So I really think that if you just hang in there, things are going to get better. Because I don't think you would have asked the question if it wasn't a struggle of some sort. So it's going to get better. It may take a little bit of time with the Seven of Pentacles. This means that there is money down here and finances down here to help you, but they're just not quite ready to come up yet. But you can be assured that they're there. So it's coming in for you. Manifest what it is that you need and what it is that you want. And then you got the Page of Pentacles, and this is the manifesting page. So pages are also new. What's that, Sherry?
I said, I love that deck. I love the light
Oh,
seers.
Light Seers, yeah.
Seers.
Yeah, I learned a lot from this deck too. This is one of my go-tos. But manifesting what you want. So manifesting cash, a job, maybe if that's what you're looking for, whatever it is, manifest it. And that means act as if it's already happening. Live your life like it's happening right now, and you have that money right now. And I'm not talking about overspending. I'm just saying it's a mindset. Okay. And the next card I got for you is the Heartbeat Drum. And it says, have faith, don't stop. So while you're waiting here for your pentacles to come up, just keep going. Have perseverance. Keep the beat, as it says. And I'm getting that music would help you too. You might get some messages through the music you listen to. And so pay attention to the lyrics. Look the lyrics up if you don't know exactly what the lyrics are to that song that gets stuck in your head. And I guarantee you there's a message in there for you.
What deck is that?
This is the Spirit Walker.
Okay.
Oracle deck from Midnight Oracle. That's her name, and that's her shop on Etsy. She has a lot of good decks, Sherry. And the next one I got for you, I'll pull from the Wisdom of the Oracle. Okay, I got the Chop Wood card. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to, clean up everything around you and do that. This just means keep working at it. Balance your checkbook, try not to overspend, just keep working at it. And if you do that, then you're going to be rewarded by having what you need. So keep chopping wood, not literally, of course, but just doing what you need to bring in what you need for your life and to make yourself comfortable. So that's what I got for you,
Very
Justin.
good. You
Here's
had that drum beat, and it made me think.
oh
You
wow.
the drum. I got this was a gift from one of my members. Yeah, when I saw the card, I was like, "Oh, wait a minute, my drum is still out."
Look how
Um,
they look alike
the
except
back of it that you hold on to it is the tree of life,
oh,
but
wow.
then the front of it, and of course, I collect turtles. So, and this one has the turtle on it, but it's just the. There are times, sometimes when I'm just trying to meditate a little bit, and I could just sit and lightly tap this, and it kind of like opens things up. But when that card came up, I was like, oh wait, where'd my drum go? I just had it out. Um, so the first thing I picked up for you is emotional overwhelm. Um, Sometimes when we're dealing with finances, it can become very overwhelming emotionally for us. Either we don't have enough money or there's too many bills for the month that you're having to rob Peter to pay Paul. We all play that game all the time. Um, just it can make it really difficult sometimes because you get really emotionally overwhelmed with what you're dealing with. Um, and that's when it's important for us to realize that not to let it overwhelm us to the point that we can't make a difficult decision in whatever respects, whether if it's cutting back on the budget or trying something new or maybe moving on to a new job, just anything that's going to help you financially. And then I got the Seven of Cups for you. And this is, again, a lot of choices. You got all kinds of choices there. As you can see, each cup has a different thing in it, and it's just all the different choices that that are presented to you, which could be different opportunities, different dreams. Um, just a matter of, again, don't let it overwhelm you to the point that you can't make a decision on what's the best choice. Sometimes you have to kind of maybe sit back a minute and think about it. Would it be better to get a second job? Would it be better to maybe go and apply for that other position that pays more? Would it, do I need to cut back? Am I overextending myself, spending more money than what I'm bringing in, kind of thing? And then I got the Three of Pentacles, which, as Scott was saying, Pentacles, that's an earth energy, that's money, that's abundance. The Three of Pentacles is knowing that you have a skill in a particular area, and it gives you a lot of personal satisfaction to know that you're skilled at doing whatever it is that you do, whether if it's building things or creating things. It also This is a good time to look at some of your hobbies to say, okay, if I'm can I turn this hobby into something that's going to make me a little bit of money? Like, do you do artwork, or do you sew? Do you craft things? Do you anything that you would create with your own hands, which is very much an uh, kind of an earth energy type, because it's coming from you. You're building it, you're making it, you're doing it. And if you take that particular skill and work with it, then it can become a profit for you, because then people are willing to pay you for what it is that you make, or they're willing to give you a better job because of what your abilities are. There's so many different opportunities you can kind of go with that, but it's knowing that you have the ability to take those steps and make those choices that can open up doors for you, financially speaking. And at the same time, don't let it get overwhelming. And it may be a time to kind of pull back and not spend quite as much until you can get a better idea of what's going on. And then the last thing I got was from the Oracle of the Fairies was stargazing. And it talks about when you gaze at the stars, you give yourself fairy focus. Your intuition will flow more freely and reveal what you need to know about your situation. So that's taking a bit of that me time, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever you can afford, daily, weekly, depending on your schedule. But it's taking those few minutes, even if it's just a couple of minutes a day, of taking a little bit of that downtime and plugging in. Go sit outside in the evening and stargaze. Granted, I know it's wintertime for most of us, and go sit outside at night, maybe a little bit colder. Okay, bundle up a little bit more and go sit out and look at the stars. And sometimes it's amazing what will come through from your guides when you take that few minutes of me time and just focus on looking up at the stars. If you live somewhere further up north, you might be able to see the aurora borealis, which I've heard is a beautiful thing to experience. I've never seen it myself. I've never lived up north. So one of these days, maybe I'll actually get to experience it. I got to experience snow for the first time last year. We actually had a blizzard down here, but who knew that was coming, right? Uh, so just be open to new ideas and opportunities that may come your way that can help you out financially, whether if it's just because it's a few extra dollars a month, or whether if it's something that turns into something really lucrative that you can make some good money at it. It just kind of depends on what it is that you're focusing on. And that me time will help you focus better on what to do to help yourself out financially. Um, that's what I got for you. So,
All right. Awesome. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Justin. All right. So questions are closed unless there's a donation. Ice melts. I see you came in right around that time. We're going to go ahead and try to get you. So stick around. And I think you're new to my channel too. So let me know if you're new. Cat Lady, the Regamuffin, thank you so much for your donation. You will go next. And just let me know that you're here.
as people tell me, Sherry's doing readings from the floor again.
Uh-oh, it might be time to go.
No, I have limited space to work in until I finish getting everything kind of rearranged on my desk. Um, and so because of that, when I start shuffling, cards tend to go everywhere. And
Right.
So several of my regulars have started teasing me about, oh, Sherry's doing readings from the floor today. You know, I call it grounded readings, just take them from the ground and go up from there. Um, oh, cat lady. Okay.
Okay, and I got the Regamuffin from Cat Lady. The Regamuffin came from your channel, and I did a reading for her that you gave me to do for her, and she came over to my channel and has been here ever since.
Oh,
So
cool.
from the slumber party. So thank you for
Awesome.
that.
Awesome.
General reading. Okay. Hi, Kelly McCall.
Hey, Kelly.
Okay, Cat Lady, the first card I got for you is the Four of Wands. So this is like a celebration card, happy home card, victory and good things happening. messages coming in from spirit. See the birds there. And so you've got good things that are coming in, I think, for you. You got the King of Wands as well. And this is the king who has what he needs and um, gives to others. So generosity would be great for you. And I know you've got a lot going on with your husband. So um, the King of Wands is kind of in control. So just making sure you're over his care and at the same time that you're taking care of yourself too. Okay, so then I got the Seven of Swords for you, and this can be a deceit card. Um, so just make sure that everybody is who they say they are, that are around you and taking care of your husband. Just make sure that everyone's a top notch person. If not, then you might need to walk away from them or speak your truth out of love. Okay. And that doesn't mean there is somebody like that. It just means there may be. You need to keep your eyes open. Okay. And then you got the Two of Pentacles. And this is the flexibility card and also um, the balance card. So just making sure that you have balance and home, work, relationships, friendships, all that is balanced out. And that you know that um, not to do too much of one of those things, because if you overwork or overspend or overdo, then a lot of times it becomes messy. So just having balance. And this is adaptability as well, adapting to the situations as they happen. And then I got the Queen of Pentacles for you. And this is the queen of self-care and self-love, and then she's able to help others like the bunny rabbits down here. So just take your time and take care of you first, and then you can take care of your husband and everything else that you might need to, but you got to take care of you first. um, First oracle card I've got for you is Eyes of the Eagle Rising Above the Fray. And this just tells me that you also are going to be called to be a leader. You probably already are with the things that you have to take care of. But yeah, just have the eyes of a hawk, know what's going on around you, and just be alert is what this is saying. I think it goes a little bit with the Seven of Swords. And then you got the Dream Weaving card. This says patiently work toward your goals while staying open. And it's resources, plans, balance. So there's another balance card for you. And this is, patiently working toward what you want to get accomplished as a spider does her web. So it says while staying open. So being open to source and spirit as well. And then the next card I got for you is Action card. So there's some kind of movement that's needed. I don't expect you to run a marathon. That's not what this is. But this is some kind of movement is needed as far as action in your spiritual life is what I'm getting. So just take action over whatever's calling to you. And it could be something creative that you haven't done for a while or that you've never done. Again, if it doesn't hurt you or anybody else, why not? No risk, no reward. So just keep going towards your goals. And yeah, I think you've got things under control pretty good. Just make sure that there's no one deceiving you, and you've got this. So here is Sherry.
All right. Well, the first thing I got up says a choice will be made. So there may be a couple of things happening in your life right now where you're going to have to do some do some steady, uh, uh, not steady, but some serious um, looking at what's your best decision. You've got a choice that needs to be made. And so, in the process of doing that, this is the time to be calm. That me time I was talking about earlier. Um, it's when your mind gets scattered, it makes it really difficult to pull everything together and make a decision. And so that's when seeking calmness, to be more calm, to have that little bit of me time, can help you make that choice of what it is that needs to be made. And then we got the Page of Pentacles. So technically, this kind of represents getting a message, usually pertaining to something that you've completed, a job, a query. Maybe you've been working on something for a long time and it's finally you're wrapping it up and you're getting it done. Um, it's it can also be talking about taking something that maybe you're already good at, but you put a little bit more practice into it to become better at it. And that as you become better at it, it makes it easier to kind of present it to everybody else that, oh, I do these wood carvings that I've done most of my life, but if you start investing in the right tools to do it and take a little extra time with it, it might turn into something that would be a financial plus for you, because suddenly now you're able to make things and people are willing to pay for them. Um, a lot of times, for those who are not like me in arts and crafts challenged, when we make things, um, we're actually not ashamed for people to see what it is we tried to make, because it just doesn't work. I am like arts and crafts challenged big time. I can't glue two sticks together and make it stay. Um, that's just not in my wheelhouse. And it took a long time to come to terms with that, of knowing, okay, that's not my strength, but my other strengths are over in this area. And so then you focus on that so you can strengthen what it is you are good at. Doesn't mean you have to give up what you're not the best at. You keep working at it, but at least you know your limitations. And again, that's where having that calm, restorative peace of mind, where you can kind of sit back and look honestly at what's going on around you coming up. Um, Sometimes that can be the most difficult thing to do, is to take an honest look of where you are right now and where you want to be in the near future and in the distant future, because those are all baby steps that you're going to take to go from one to one to one. And then the last card I got for you was the Four of Swords. Again, this is regrouping, meditating, finding your center, finding your balance, pulling all of that together so that as you calm your mind, it makes it easier for you to be able to meditate on what are the best choices for you coming up. What's the best decision for you to make? Um, should I stick with A or should I jump over here to Z? That's going to just depend on you. And that's where that me time, which goes together with this, that's, two out of the four cards I drew, really strong on taking that inner time to see what direction you want to go in, whether if it's in the immediate near future or whether if it's a long time future. You got to start somewhere. So, it's, you start with what you got and then you work your way forward from there. And the most important thing to help you do that is to take that little bit of downtime for yourself, meditating, reading, sometimes just listening to music can open things up for you. So, but it's important to take that me time so that you can feel what's your next best step. I guess is how I'm trying to say it. And that's what I got for you. Hopefully that resonates.
Yeah, and I got self-care card for her too, so that makes
Yeah.
sense with the War of Swords that you drew. Yeah. All right. Want to say hi to Maureen
Hi,
on
Marie.
Danica. Welcome. And next up is our newbie in the house, Ice Melts. Can I get a
Oh, Ice
card
Melts,
from
I
anything?
love. Yeah, that's one of my folks.
Oh,
They've
okay.
been
Well,
they've been
welcome.
coming on a lot for the slumber party.
Oh,
So
awesome. Thank you for coming over. And if you'll let me know that you're here in chat.
and we all share each other's folks so much. Is like
Yeah.
there's so many of them that yeah they're on all of our channels. I know who was it just a minute ago was saying to me I don't remember how I found you, but somewhere down the line I located you and which led them to you. So um that was who was that? We were just talking about it a minute ago.
Ragamuffin.
Ragamuffin, that's right. Yeah. So I was like, I don't remember where we connected somewhere down the line, but I'm just glad I was able to get you over and to know Scott because he's such a good reader. So um,
Thank you. All right, Ice Melts, card drawing guides. I've got 3 tarot cards for you. I know you just asked for one, but like at the slumber party, you're more apt to get more than just one if you ask for one. Uh,
right.
the first card I got for you is the King of Swords, and this is the king that's very intellectual and logical. Um, Makes decisions with his mind, but also with his intuition and his gut. So you can take on those characteristics and make wise decisions. Like this owl is here for wisdom, and this is just to say that you um, are going to make good decisions, and you trust in your intuition that is there from spirit. Okay. The next card I got for you is the Tower. Now, everybody freaks out about the Tower usually. Um, it's not a bad thing because you can rebuild the tower. And most towers in other tarot cards are these huge buildings and there's people falling out of them. And, it's very dramatic. This is just a little grass hut. So it can be rebuilt very easily. So just know that you can handle anything that comes to you, even you know taking the foundation out from under you. You build a new one. So you've got your guides, your angels, your community to help you to rebuild whatever this is. And you got the strength of your mind to rebuild it as well. It could be a person, place, thing, something spiritual. Then you got the Page of Cups. This is emotional overabundance. So just make sure that you are keeping your emotions under control and that you are speaking your truth out of spirit. And that's it. If you do those things, funnel what you're saying, or use finesse in what you're saying, and filter. That's the word I was looking for. Filter what you're saying as well and your actions out of love, and good things can happen to you and you will stay grounded. Otherwise, you're going to be like this page and be kind of up in the air. And there's a pig up here with wings. So it's when pigs fly. So just know that you can handle whatever comes your way. Okay. Um, The next card I got for you is a wake up call. Listen and take note. And this is a lot like a judgment card. So, not saying that you're being judged, but instead, are you fulfilling your life purpose in everything you're doing? Are you, doing that every day in everything? And usually, your life purpose is something easy like being happy, having others to be happy, or both. And you can do that in everything that you do, and it'll make your path, a lot easier for you. Right. And then the last card I got for you is yang energy. So this is
Mm.
divine masculine, I believe. Is that right?
I think so. I think yang is
Yang
masculine.
is masculine
Yin
because
is
it's yin is
feminine.
first and that's feminine. So
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
masculine, even though it's the number one in here. That's confused me. Okay, so the yang is divine masculine. This is your leadership and organization. Everybody has divine masculine, everybody has divine feminine, no matter what your gender is. It's just a matter of you taking on those qualities. So take on the quality of leadership, and you know you may be called to be a leader, or I'm hearing it could be possibly a promotion if you're still working. If not, a step up. If you're retired, maybe you're going to be in charge of something community wise. But I see you stepping up and something, great happening for you. So just know that you've got angels on your side, and anything that happens, you can handle. Spirit's not going to give you anything that you cannot handle. You've got this, and it's a pleasure
Okay.
to read for you. And here is Sherry.
All right. Well, the first card that came up was the Knight of Pentacles. Now, technically, the Knight is they tend to be more the action-based cards, especially in the court cards. They're the ones that are actually stepping out and doing something. And now the Knight of Pentacles is this is usually somebody he's fought some battles, he's had some adventures, he's ready to go home and rest for a while. Doesn't mean that he's not going to have to get back out there and fight another battle or two, because I think that that's a constant thing within just as human beings, as we're constantly fighting different battles as things come along. It's how we handle it, and do we take the proper rest between each one to prepare us for the next one. Um, Something that it says with this deck particularly is that with the Knight of Pentacles, you may need to adopt a protective or defensive stance. So that's kind of like, shoring up your walls, making sure that, there's no leaks in the roof, that the windows are all properly caulked and you're not losing all your heat or all your AC through leaky windows. That kind of thing. It's knowing that you've been out there, you've been fighting battles, you've been dealing with things just like we all do every day, every day, every day. But now it's time to kind of come home and let's take a little rest for a little bit, kind of regroup, recharge our batteries. And then I got Unite, which talks about resolving differences, realizing that you need each other, you and whoever else is in your life, whether if it's just a singular someone like a spouse or a sibling or a parent, somebody that you're with on a regular basis. It's important to realize that you have to resolve any differences that you might be having in order for you to be united and to give that united front, that you're standing together with someone. um, it's a lot harder for bad things that happen to come against you when you've got someone at your side who's kind of got your back. They're right there with you. You're not dealing with it alone. And that's where this guy comes in. He's going home, shore up his walls, and make sure that, the people that he needs to back him up is there and ready to go. And that's part of uniting and resolving whatever differences. And then the last card I got for you was believe in magic. And this talks about open your eyes and see the magic that's all around in nature. The fairy of the northern lights says you are part of nature so that you're magical too. Again, I keep getting cards that keep pointing to that me time. For myself, I am very much, my batteries get recharged. I'm able to rejuvenate and go out and deal with things the next day when I can take time out and sit or take a walk or sit outside. I just have to be in nature. That's my recharging area, is to be in nature. Not everybody's an outdoor girl. Some people are indoor people. So maybe there are things indoors that you need to do that helps you kind of recharge. Again, coming back to this night, it's time to kind of shore up your defenses, make sure that those that have your back are still there, are still willing to do whatever needs to be done to help you deal with whatever may be coming forward. But I think the biggest message was this is Spirit just reminding you to believe in magic. It's real. It happens. We see it every day. I know Scott sees it every day. We see miraculous, magical things that happen that you kind of sit back and go, well, wow, I did never think that would take place. But because there's this wonderful, magical realm that's all around us, we're able to tap into that and apply it to our lives as well as to help others see it and apply it to their lives. And so it's really important to believe in the magic around you and to believe in the fact that you have magic in you. And what you give out to others is um, a magical cure or a magical help to someone else that they may not even realize they need that until you're there to provide it for them. And it's a lot harder to provide it for them if you're not charged up and ready to go. So that's the biggest thing I was getting from that is, again, it's every, seems like every draw I've done tonight has been talking about shoring up your defenses and charging up your batteries and getting ready for what comes next and just be prepared. And the best way to do that is you charge yourself up, you get your rest, you eat well, you drink lots of water, all that good garbage so that you're raring and ready to go when the next thing shoots out the door at you and you're able to hold it off, which is again what a knight does. A knight is there to protect us. So in order for you to protect, you've got to be united and you got to believe in your magic. And that's going to get you through more things than you can possibly believe. Um, I thought I dropped a card. Um, and that's what I got for you. So believe it. Looks like I like this card. It looks like Arwen from Lord of the Rings.
Hmm.
The way she looks. So I always kind of thought that looked like her. Um, so that's what I got for you.
Alrighty. Thank you, Sherry. I just made you big again for no reason. All
That's
right.
okay.
Next up is Karen, Tapioca Thievery. Karen, are you still here? And thank you, Ice Melts, for being here.
Absolutely.
Karen's
There
here.
you go. All right.
Can I have a reading for February in my work life? All right. All right. I'm getting a lot of court cards tonight. So the court cards, again, are for you to take their characteristics and to use them to make your life simpler. That's what I think they are for. And so you got the Knight of Cups to start with. And this is love coming in to you from Spirit, and just, things getting better for you, love coming in, you being able to show that love to yourself and to others, but just making sure that you know where you're going and in what direction. This to me just says that you're on the right track as far as overall for February. That's what I kind of pulled this one for. And then you got the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is equanimity and emotional balance, filtering your emotions and your feelings through love, and having that emotional control that you need. So if you can have those things, you're going to have a super February. I did get the moon, and I'm thinking that the moon has something to do with shadow work for you. So this could be you, doing shadow work. And I think this might have to do with your work. So sitting and really determining if this is something, that you need to change at work, or is it just something that you kind of made up in your head that's going on and it's not reality, because fear is false evidence appearing real. So it could be just fear coming in and taking over, and you really need to just have peace and freedom instead. So turning that fear around into something positive. You can always ask Archangel Metatron to help you change your vibes from negative to positive, and he's the angel that helps with that. And so I've got a Metatron card for you. It says Indigo, mystery and mastery of life. So indigo, I always think of the third eye chakra. So I might have my colors mixed up, but that's what I think of. And
I think that's right.
yeah, I think maybe. Yeah, I think if you say so, I'm going to go with that.
I'm going on memory, and chakras aren't my strong suit.
Yeah, me too. Me
And I
too.
think that's right.
Yeah, so maybe opening up your third eye is going to be something that will be very helpful for you with your work life. You can do that through meditations on YouTube. Just type in, third eye chakra meditation, and you can even get like a sleep meditation on it so that you can listen at night while you go to sleep. And
And to break in, there's a lot of folks within our community that do guided meditations, anywhere from 5 minutes to 30 minutes, where they will talk you through whatever topic it is that you click on. I know Arthur has a bunch of those.
I was about to say Arthur Ease Your Mind is his name. Yeah, he has some.
And he's got some new ones that he just put out for the beginning of the year that are really good. So
Awesome.
That might be an option to look into.
Right. Karen, I see that you say fear of possible new responsibilities. Maybe look at them as a challenge. Look at them as a challenge, just like you did your channel, right? So you did your channel and you came out so strong and confident. You can handle anything that comes your way, including new responsibilities. And what card? I didn't look at this card until just this moment. New life.
There you go.
So there you go. You can change your doubts and fears into good things and a brand new beginning. So if you have new responsibilities, I think that that's going to help you to grow and to learn. And then you'll be able to teach others as well. So, yep. And that's what I got for you, Karen. And here is Sherry.
Absolutely. All right. Well, the first thing I got straight out of the gate is the Chariot. Um, this is talking about willpower and control. Um, Recognizing your own strength, recognizing your own abilities, and then doing what's necessary to bring that out and forward. Um, know it's time for you to know and understand that you have very strong abilities, and that it just practice makes perfect. The more you do, the more comfortable you get, the stronger that inner sense becomes of when you're trying to help others. But again, it's that willpower and that control. You have to be willing to do the work to kind of get you out there and get you going. And that's one of the things. And the Chariot is an active card. I mean, this is somebody that's, you know, they're in the chariot, they got their horses or their lions or whatever it is that's drawing them depending on the deck, and that's moving you out, moving you forward. Get out there, go and do it. um, and then I got the Five of Wands. Now this can be considered either a competitive way of looking at things, or it can also be um, not so much a competition as it is just breaking out in a battle because you're just fighting it off with somebody. And again, that can be for several different reasons. There may be a reason why you have to fight something off. I know for myself, and when I first started reading cards and stuff, it was that fear that I'll never get this, I'll never remember all of these cards, I'll never know, I'll never sound like this person, this person, this person who's been doing it for 30 freaking years. Well, of course, I'm not going to sound like them. They've been doing it all of their lives. And I just discovered tarot cards like 6 years ago, 6, 7 years ago. Um, so there's still a lot that I learn every day when I'm reading. There's still a lot of stuff that come up. Um, and so I tend to think of this as just competition. It's natural for us to want to compete, not just with ourselves, but with those around us that are doing the same thing. And that's a healthy thing. You want to be a good competition, it makes you a stronger person. Just let it, don't let that competition tear you down to where you're afraid, well, I'll never be as good as them, or I'll never sound like this person or that person. Of course you won't, because you're not that person. You're you. You have to find what works best for you. Um, and it's a constantly changing, shifting thing that as we grow and learn, the way we read grows and learns, and the ability we have of seeing other meanings within the same cards will change as we grow and learn and do more. And again, that comes down to practice makes perfect. Um, One of the other cards I got for you is Strength is Needed. So when you're dealing with February, your work life, there may be some obstacles that you're going to face, some things that are going to come up, and you're going to need that inner strength in order to get through it and deal with it. Maybe there goes my cards again. Maybe there's, a new supervisor that you got to deal with, or new coworker comes in that wants to make everything difficult for everybody. God knows we've all worked places like that before, where you're like, could we just like shift them over to another department, please? Um, but it's still something that you have to learn to deal with, because we're all going to face those kind of challenges and those kind of battles. And then I got This could be a friend or a pet, and that's companion. Um, Someone that's here for you. I love that it's a dog and a cat there together. Um, as somebody with a house full of animals, as well as pets too. Um, I'm surrounded by testosterone, with the exception of one cat who's also a female. Everything, it's all male, male people, male animals. Um, Me and my cat Minu are the only two females, so it can get really overwhelming sometimes when you're trying to deal with all of that testosterone coming at you. And it helps to have that companionship. Having a good friend, somebody that you can just get on the phone with, talk things out. Are you upset about this, or did that happen? Um, February, we're going into a new month. Of course, February, you've got Valentine's Day. So if you're not in a relationship, that can put a lot of stress on you because everybody else seems to be paired up. Why am I still single? Eventually, you get beyond that. Either you find somebody that you pair up with that you're happy with, or you get to the point where you're like me and you're like, I don't need anybody for that. I can buy my own damn chocolate. I don't need somebody else to buy it for me. Although I'm not against anybody wanting to send me chocolates. um, but it's knowing that you've got a companion there, somebody that's got your back. They're right there with you. They're there for you to yell at, talk to, vent, cry, whatever is necessary. And then the last thing I got is protection. And this is something, especially for those of us who do this, a lot of times we can get so caught up in the doing that we forget to take that protection time to protect ourselves, to do whatever small rituals it is that we do. And everybody kind of has their own little thing that they do. No way is right, no way is wrong. It's what works for you. Whether if that's ringing a bell to clear the energy, whether if that's, um, using Florida water or sage water to kind of help to clear the air and get rid of the negativity. It's all little steps that we do to protect ourselves so that we can continue to do what we're doing. Because if we don't protect ourselves, then it can get really difficult trying to help others because then we're under constant attack. Um, the card says that the fairies of protection are shielding you with a magical fairy ring of love and light. Practice psychic protection before embarking upon any spiritual work. Some people meditate before they do readings. Some people listen to music, or they burn candles, or they spritz, burn incense, or like me, I can't burn incense in the house. My guys are allergic to it. So I have to use sprays that I can spritz around me that does the trick. Although my neighbors all think I'm the crazy witch lady because every full moon they see me outside my apartment going around with incense in front of all the doors and windows for protection. I'm sure my neighbors are like, there goes that weird lady again. I don't know what she's doing, but out here every month. So but that makes me feel like I'm not just protecting myself, but I'm protecting my family. Because when you're dealing with spiritual matters, things dealing with spirit, things dealing with magic, any of that stuff, it can be surprisingly easy for negativity to roll in under the door if you're not protected. So you want to take those little steps to protect yourself, protect your cards, protect your pendulums, whatever it is that you work with. It's just a matter of knowing what works for you. And it may take a while to figure out what that is, and that's okay. Experiment, try different things. But in order to help others, you have to protect yourself and protect your family to not be under attack spiritually when you're trying to help others spiritually. So that's the biggest thing I got out of this was just protecting yourself, just shoring up all those defenses and know that you can deal with whatever's coming your way. Um, and that's what I got for you.
All right. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Karen, for your question. Questions are now closed completely. Sherry, are you good for two more? Would that
Yeah,
be all right?
yeah, I'm good.
Okay. All right. And one of those two is Polly. Polly, are you still here? It's been a while since they asked the question, so I want to make sure they're here.
I try to do that myself.
Yeah. I'm one of these meanies that say you have to be here for your reading. So
Well, it makes it a lot easier for us to be able to focus in on your energy so that the reading we get is really for you as if you're there with your energy. I mean,
and feedback is really important too.
Yep.
I think
Polly's
it
here.
really helps us. All right, Polly.
Yeah, it's nice to get that instant feedback, or if a question comes up in the middle of reading. Um,
Okay, Polly, you got some interesting cards. I've got the Five of Swords for you, and this is sometimes a tricky card, and in this case it's a prickly card. You can see the cactuses all around her, so it's tricky. So you've got to make sure that like I said before, everyone is who they say they are. If there's anyone that's bullying or just being a jerk, you may need to just walk the other direction. If you can't walk the other direction, then if you're at work or somewhere else where you can't get away from the person, you may need to speak your truth out of love. Okay. And then I got the Queen of Swords for you. And this is the intellectual queen. She's fiercely independent. Look at the butterflies all up here. So that's for a change coming in for you, Polly. So look for that to start occurring soon for the upcoming week. And this is just letting your voice be heard. And also, this could mean that you are psychic because the Queen of Swords is psychic. She knows what's coming towards her. So work on your psychic abilities if you want to. I think that's something that you have been gifted with. All right. And the next card I got for you is the Moon. And I love this Moon card because I love the androgyny of the person who's on here. And these are all goddesses, but they're not named goddesses. They're just everyday women who are in charge and beautiful in their own way. And the Moon card in this one, I think, is, yes, some shadow work. And you need to sit with your fears and, change them to something positive. But I'm also getting something else. I'm getting, with the dogs here, I'm getting loyalty and community. So being loyal to those who are going to be there with you and not turn around and tell somebody else or not being genuine to you, is someone who's being positive to you and just making sure that those are the people that you have around in your community and who you can talk to that'll be loyal to you. All right, the next card I got for you is a serene moment. It says, relax and cultivate a deep sense of well-being within. Breathe, get away, peace. So this is you taking your Four of Swords moment and relaxing, having that deep sense of well-being within you. Doing breath work, I think, will help you breathe and getting away and having peace. So you may need to go on a little journey. It doesn't mean you have to stay gone forever. You could go for just up the road and back, and or it could be, something like a journey, a vacation could be coming up. And then I've got the round and round card, and this is the ego. And it's just spinning round and round in your head, repeating the same old stories that keep going around. And your, I don't want to say job, but your gift is to change this story and to be someone who is, you know, breaking the mold and not hanging on to ego. So, or the monkey mind, if you want to call that, that goes round and round all the time. You're stopping that, pausing, being in the power of now, and knowing that good things, will come your way if you stay in the present moment. So trying to get rid of this round and round circle of stuff that happens in your head. Okay. And that's what I got for you, Polly. Here is Sherry.
All right. Well, the first thing I got right off the start is the Five of Cups. Um, this is kind of a time of loss and mourning, whether if it's physically someone has passed on that's around you in your life, or whether if it's just a feeling of peace of mind and comfort that you feel a loss of. Um, it's it's knowing and recognizing that feeling of sadness over something that is no more, whether if it's something that is a loss because of your actions or because of other people's actions. It's still a loss and it will still affect you that way, and it's okay to mourn over that. Once we grieve and kind of let that feeling go and let it purge through us, then we can come back stronger for it. Um, Sometimes the grieving process is one of the most difficult because either we feel like we can't express it publicly, or that we're expected to express it a certain way. And we all deal with grief and loss in our own ways. We all handle it in our own ways. Um, some people wail and carry on in public, and other people, you would never see them with a tear in their eye because they're not going to do it in public. It just depends on what is comfortable for you. But it's okay to feel that loss and that grief and to recognize it and then to let it go. Feel that loss and then let it go and move on from there. And then from there, I got the Empress, and this is divine feminine energy. This is Mother Earth energy. This is talking about creation, passion, um, recognizing your gifts and the gifts of those around you, um, honoring your gifts and the gifts of those around you. Sometimes that may be quite literally in the physical world, as in we just got through grieving over something. And so now we have to tap into that mother energy in order to feel comforted so that we can move forward. And that's where that divine feminine energy comes in and is so important for all of us, because it helps us kind of deal with moving on from that loss and that grief. And then I got rest and relax. And this is also very important for us. Again, that little bit of me time coming up. This is my favorite thing. Go hang out on the beach. That's the ultimate for me, is to go hang on the beach. If I can't find the beach, then a pool will do. But anything where it provides peace of mind and peace of body and relaxation is so important for us to deal with everyday things coming up. Um, Maybe you need to take a long weekend this weekend of just shoring up your charging up your batteries, I guess, shoring up your walls, charging your batteries, getting ready to go out and hit things come Monday morning when the new week begins. Okay, you're ready to get out there and tackle it because you've had your rest, you've charged up your batteries, now you're ready to go. Um, and then something that you only get through experience, and that is making wise choices. Does that mean you always make the right choice? No, it does not. Trust me, I make a lot of screwed up choices all the time. But you got to learn from that. You take that experience, and that goes to your wisdom that helps you learn from yourself what does and does not work for you. Um, and so, in order to make wise choices, you have to be willing to make a choice, period. A lot of people kind of like stifle themselves by refusing to make any choice for fear of making the wrong choice. Well, you'll never know if it's right or wrong until you make the choice. And the more you make choices of difficult things around you, the easier it becomes for you to do that, and the more wisdom you gain from that, because you're going to get a different reaction every time. Ooh, a minute ago I was like freezing, and now I'm sweating. Um, the heater just kicked on, so it's like now I'm going to start sweating. And then the last card I got for you is called Tree Wisdom. See, this is right up my alley because I got to go outside in nature to to shore up my defenses. But it says the tree dryad, which is a type of fairy, um, will help you navigate through your current situation. Her flute can reveal insights and answers through the sounds it makes. So again, this may be spirit's way of telling you, go plug in some music this weekend. Whether if it's classical music, jazz, rock, country, whatever it is you like to listen to, go plug in. Find a couple of favorite albums or a couple of favorite artists. Grab your headphones and go find yourself a nice quiet place, and just tune into that music. Um, they say music soothes the savage beast. That's very true. It can also help us deal with loss. It can also help us relax. It can also charge us up and get us ready to get out that door and get at it again. Depends on what kind of music you're listening to. So, depending on my mood and what I'm looking for, will depend on what kind of music I'm listening to. And I have a very eclectic taste in music. I listen to just about anything. You just never know whatever it is that I need in that moment. Um, and you find what soothes you um, if you're dealing with loss, then you may need something that's more of a classical bent, because it's going to have more of that dramatic kind of music. Then again, you may need the opposite to help you get through that loss and move on. So you need some rock, or you need some country, or just whatever it is that you like to listen to. But I feel like it's telling you to, part of your rest and relaxation is music, is what I'm getting off of this for you. Load up on some music this weekend and see how you feel Monday morning when you get out there and you're ready to start a new week. It can make a huge difference. It really, really can. And that's what I got for you.
All right. Thank you, Polly, for your question. And thank you, Sherry.
You're welcome.
Last but not least is Shivali. Shivali, are you still here?
Hi, Shivali.
And welcome, Roman. Roman is here.
Hey, Roman.
Was here. Thanks, everybody, for being here, including you, Sherry. Appreciate you.
Oh, thank you for the invite. This has been fun.
We'll give it just a few more half a seconds here, or half a minute, maybe. That was kind of a squirrel. I didn't get to use my squirrel at all tonight, so.
Oh.
It's the relaxing effect you have on me, Sherry. So, yeah.
I like it. Well, I had my drums, so you had to bring out your squirrel,
Yeah.
Whatever works best for you.
Exactly. Well, I think that is all we have time for. So we'll go ahead and say good night. And again, thank you. And thank you to all the moderators. You're wonderful. I appreciate you. And everybody, hope you have a good evening. Sherry, what have you got coming up? I know you got the slumber party.
The slumber party tomorrow night. Tomorrow day. I know I've got several things. In the morning at 11 a.m. Central Time, I've got my monthly date with Nate. That's Nate from the Third Wish. And we do, once a month, we do a live readings on my channel. And then a couple of weeks later, we do deep dives that's pre-recorded on his channel. So tomorrow is our live. We're going to do live and then the slumber party. And that's it until Wednesday, when I got Sisters of the Mystical Tarot, and I will be the host this week. So it'll be on my channel. And that's me, Marina, Val, and Allie, that we get together for that every week. And then I got other stuff towards next weekend. I don't know. I have to look at it. I post a weekly schedule every Sunday on my post page on my channel. I'll post what my schedule will be for that coming week. That way everybody can kind of look at it and go, oh, I can make it for this and this, but I'll have to record it or save it for later for one or two particular ones, because I'm not going to be available to watch. So I know it helps me when I see what other people have got coming up. So I try to do the same for everybody else. And that's about it.
Right. Well, I've got a busy day tomorrow. During the day, anyways, I have Valerie from Illumination Portal is going to be on my channel at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then at 4 o'clock, I'm going to be on Wisdom Seeker Jones' channel, Eastern Standard Time again. So if you get a chance to join me and us, I would love that. So thank you guys. And again, thank you all for being here, spending time with us, and we will see you soon. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.